It's not peaceful, though. Do you hear that shit? You want it to be peaceful, but it's not peaceful. I mean, I don't even know what they're doing over there. And then they're going to start doing the landscaping across the street. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Oh. So. How's it going? Everybody all right? Huh? Look, I'm not going to do these all the time. I don't want to wear out my welcome too close. So, but the last few days I felt like doing this. Good morning. I don't know what you're up to. Maybe you're fortunate to be working again. Right? I mean, disease is over, right? See, here's the deal. Today is usually my hike day, but Al told me that the air is 190. I don't know what that means. Like, I would go. Like, I'm fucking kind of pissed off I'm not up there because it's cool out. It feels like it's cool. It smells like camping. Unfortunately, the campfire is half of the fucking state. And the northern half, and I'm in the southern half, so that's why apparently we can't go hiking. Why, do you think I should go? Because I'll fucking go. It's so nice out right now. Oh, it's a pollution meter, so I shouldn't go. Show you the shirt. It says, sharing happy memories in Spanish. This is a shirt that I'm wearing in honor of San Francisco that's under a lot of duress. I don't know why. I just realized that now that I put this on. This is a shirt that I bought in San Francisco when I lived there, maybe 92. It's this guy named Roman. I don't know what happened to him, but I used to love his style. So a lot of Day of the Dead kind of stuff. And this is time. It's time. Ever since I went to Dennis Hopper's grave in Taos, something has shifted. All right, well, if it's not going to work out. So, something has shifted. Purple Bombas. This is one of my big regrets in life, is that Bombas doesn't sponsor anymore, and I can't get free socks, but I'll buy them. I've bought socks at Bombas. You're in San Francisco. What's wrong here? Oh, from the pictures I've seen, it's almost impossible to breathe, and the sky looks like it's on fire, and it's raining ash. Is that not true? I'm in San Francisco. What's wrong here? I don't know, man. I'm wrong. I guess I got bad information. I'm fucking sick of some of you, to be honest with you. It's like you do these things. I don't care. This is helping me. I like talking. I like being live. And it's like, I don't ask any of you people. I tell you I'm going to do it. So, like, hang out. It helps me to, keep my mind straight and to speak in a live format and to, have a little bit of communication. But yet still some people, Gretchen, whoever that is, and Bert, that fucking idiot, who's been, compulsively. Here's the kind of people that do this. Like, I know this dude. He's been compulsively listening and watching everything I do for a decade and never stops sending me shitty emails and shit because he loves me. That's how people show their love in weird ways. It's like, hey, you suck, but I cannot stop watching you. Welcome. Good morning. So I'm probably not going to do this every day because, how much can I have to talk about? And also I do a podcast twice a week. It's called WTF. And today on the... What's happening? And today on the podcast, I talked to Martin Short. And some of you will find, if you listen to the podcast, some of the ideas that we share here over coffee have now sort of formulated, and sometimes they make it out to the garage. See, that's how I used to work back in the day when we worked. I'm not doing plugs. These guys were not great to me. So I don't even know why I'm going to show you these shoes. But I think I like them. Ultra shoes. Let me show you something. Let me ask you a question. You see that? Do you see that? Okay. This is a pretty new shoe. Like months old. And that happened. All right? It happened to another pair of these. All right? So I wrote to Ultra, and I showed them a picture that looks like this. And I was like, what the fuck is up with that? And they said it was my fault because I had a cross gate. Less than 2 months into this shoe, this happened, and it's my fault. Does that make sense to any of you? Ultra's the brand. They said, we'll send you another pair this time, but maybe you should fix the way you fucking walk. They didn't say that. I added that. Oh, here we go with the fucking landscapers. These are fucking luxury problems. The sky's not on fire here. It does smell bad. But there's no silence that isn't interrupted here by fucking... You'll hear it in just a second. We might not even be able to continue. Too close? Use whatever option you have at your disposal to maintain and protect your mental health. As long as it's not draining, too close, draining somebody else. Have I been to a running shoe store? I have been to a running shoe store, but you know what? Are you going to step on that machine? What are we? It's like, you might as well join Scientology if you're going to believe that machine. My feet are fucked up. The one thing that they can't ascertain with, shoddy machinery is your particular fucking problems, unless you're open and honest about them. I got bad toes. What can I tell you? So maybe I should talk about something. This hat is from Draplin, Western Massachusetts. Do you live near that cool museum in North Adams? Is that Masmoka in North Adams? That place is great. I miss going to museums. I miss looking at art in person. Here we go. So I know it hasn't been that long, and I'm not gonna hang out that long, because everybody is so brittle and fucked up and at the end of their goddamn rope that they're willing to dump shit on anybody. Just displace the blame onto whoever is annoying them in that moment. People that you know, people that you don't know will have a reaction to you if you're annoying, which I am. And they'll come at you with a type of sort of resentment, bitterness, and anger in that moment over nothing that has been brewing their entire fucking life. And they don't know what to do with it, and I understand that. I've been that guy before. But I need to be the target of that garbage. Oh, look at this guy. What the fuck's he wearing? Here we go. How's it going? I get it though, man, right? I mean, shit is fucking rough. It's fucked up. It's freaked out. I mean, like I told you yesterday about the apocalyptic giddiness, and that holds up for a little while, but then you're back in it. Can't breathe. I can't hike. Can't go anywhere. Got to wear a spacesuit to go shopping. Fucking president is like outrageous. In any other fucking real world, if it wasn't the dystopian future that I guess we earned, he'd be moving on. It's so not over, dude. Did you just really write that? Pooping at work. Hi, Marc. Is it smoky here? I guess it is. I mean, yeah, it's smoky. The fucking sun looks like that weird kind of like strange desert sun, orange. You think you have the drape thing figured out? Come on. Narcissists, man. Narcissists, real ones, are rare. People who are narcissistic, not so much. What kind of coffee am I drinking today? I'm waiting. Here we go. Oh my God. There's several different layers of noise, and oddly, I just so malignant narcissist, yeah. I feel like I came up with that term. So now we've got a couple of landscaping machines going on over here. We've got a mower and a weed whacker. And over there, I think they're digging a hole in the street with some sort of massive street digger. But I just hear shovels scraping along concrete over there. You hear that? So now what I'm saying to you is, I watched a documentary on Brian Eno last night. And there's a lot of talk about, I think John Cage is his name. The composer who dealt with silence and sound and noise and kind of broke it open. Sort of sound texture composer. So now I'm sort of appreciating what's happening. Now we have some Spanish being spoken, which I can't understand. But the layers, I feel like I'm making music right now. And I have nothing to do with it, but my acknowledgement of it and the possibility of it being a soundscape means that I'm composing it. So I should record this and call it Coffee Landscaper Asphalt Hole and put it on a sort of minimalist cover for the record with truck. It's ideas I've thought about before. So here's what I'm here to tell you. How long have I gone? How long have I been on? That's what I used to ask when I was on stage. How much time do I have left? I had a dream about Lynn, but they're getting better. The dreams about my girlfriend who passed away. It really is nice to see her. And I woke up too soon. Oh, there's another tractor. It's not a tractor. What are those things called? Not a bulldozer. If I was a 5-year-old boy, I'd know. The things that go like that shovel, like with the big sort of claw. What is that called? Because I want one. I want one. What is this? Front end loader, excavator, a digger. Let's come on, level up. A digger. All right. So anyway, in the dream. Do you hear what's going on? Like I would go show you guys what's going on. It's not that exciting, but what the fuck is? Some of you haven't been out of your house in weeks. Maybe showing you my neighbor in his ugly shorts dragging his garbage out, and the digger or excavator, and guys across the. Maybe this is like, it's so funny how we've acclimated to this form. Like the biggest shows available, the biggest daily shows available are doing this. Should I be monetizing? Should I be monetizing? Do you notice I shaved? I think I left this a little bushy. So, it's not a forklift. So you're in the dream. Lynn is walking up right here. Let's see if I can switch. Like, right through that gate, right? She's walking up to my house. And she doesn't have her hat on, and she looks sort of tired. She's like, But she's holding a cigarette. Lynn's holding a cigarette. She's walking up, and I notice she looks sort of like, I've had enough of this shit. But she is holding a cigarette. And then it just cut to, we're talking. And she's like, how's it going? And I said, it's bad. You're dead. She goes, I know. It's not that bad. And then she just started telling me about all the shit she had to do today. Like, she just started telling me, like, she had to meet all these people. And I was like, wow, she is really busy. And she's smoking. A backhoe. Wow, this is really... See, this is what happens. Like, this is how wars start now. So we can't land on it, on what this machine is called. And then eventually it digresses to you guys. Oh. I know you guys are talking amongst yourselves, but I can't keep up with it. So Martin Short is on the show today. The people from Hopscotch Coffee in Bloomington, Indiana, reached out yesterday. And they're happy I use these cups. I just like these kind of old style diner cups. What's this style cup called? I'm just gonna ask you questions like you're hey Google, and then get a bunch of different answers. How's my cat? My cat's okay. I don't know, like, here's the problem, and I'll be honest, I'm not going to talk forever, because I know some people just hate that I ramble on, but they can't stop watching it. I don't know how not to make it reverse. We've covered this. I don't know how to do it and still engage with this. This is fantastic. This John Cage symphony that's going on right here. It's totally fantastic. That's a good example of what happens now. And then Twitter's Twitter. I think I'm always on the edge of just wishing I had the courage just to get out, because I barely engage with it. But for some reason the last week, wow, it's really something, right? I get mad about this, but it's so fucking luxury problem shit. Like, can't we all just do it on the same day? Look at these families, the whole family out walking with their doggy, their masks, trying to pretend like they're not pretending anything. They're adapting. They're doing what they have to do to fucking deal. All right. I did trim. What was I talking about? Oh. I make a joke on Twitter about Brian Eno, who I love. I've loved forever. Changed my life. Brian Eno changed my life. And the joke is basically Brian Eno was influential on and I made a big list of people who he influenced. A short list. And then I said, I said, John Cale, U2, David Bowie, and then the other part of the joke was, but he's always also had a profound influence on the people who make the music you hear when you get a massage. Now, it's actually true that New Age music, kind of an offshoot from some of the shit that he was involved with, not just him. So it's true, but it's kind of funny. Now, a couple of the reactions, because we live in an age where people's egos are slowly crumbling, and what they're left with is the fury of irrelevance, and it's the sort of like whatever delusion was driving them is kind of breaking away, and it's sad and it's painful, but we're all seeing who we really are to a certain degree. So from that anger, people were like, you know, he also influenced these bands. I'm like, it's a fucking tweet, not a resume. It was just a joke, but you forgot about this. And then another guy's like, I'm not so sure about John Cale because it's the other way around. John Cale influenced him. Yeah, but they worked together, and he did produce with him. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then some guy just says, don't forget, you know, Paul Simon too. Now, I don't know what you think, or whether you care. It means nothing. This is the other thing, is like we're all just maggots in the carcass of this fucking dead country, and we're all just sort of, you know, trying to spit out or become the fucking horrendous flies that we will become. And it's hard to sort of assess the fact that, you know, we're just maggots on a dead country when, you know, we're eating. So we're just going to get caught up with arguing with me about Eno. The fuck is this? There's a porta potty situation. Dude, hold on. Let's get into it. Get it out of the fucking tripod. What are they going to do with those there's like... That's a 6 porta potty truck. What the fuck is happening out here? Everyone's gonna know where I live, like they don't already. I guess there's gonna be some porta potties. So here's what happens. Some guy says Paul Simon too, okay? And I quickly just shot back, bad record, bad match. Right? About Brian Eno and Paul Simon. It is a bad record. I don't like it. That's all. I think it's a bad record. I'm entitled to my opinion. I got nothing against Paul Simon, really. And I got nothing against Brian Eno. You try, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But this guy just fucking got his fucking... Can I say panties in a wad? Is that a bad thing? Is that politically incorrect? He just got all fucking pissed off. And he writes back... He loops in who he thinks is Paul Simon and Brian Eno. That's his response to me saying that to him is to @ Paul Simon and @ Brian Eno. Like, these guys ought to know about what you're saying. Like, boy, he showed me. Man, I'm sure that Brian Eno and Paul Simon are going to be grateful that he fucking hipped them. Like, they even look at their Twitter. To me saying it's a bad record. Man, that guy. He fucking showed me. And I said, and I wrote back after I saw that, I said, dick move, feel good? And he wrote back, yeah, it does actually. You know, he said, no, it makes me feel miserable, but other artists don't make fun of artists. I'm a musician. Then there was a long story about, you know, how, you know, he toured with his wife who was ill and no one came. And I'm like, oh my God. So how am I the fucking enemy? He accused me of being condescending or dismissive. It's like, it's Twitter. But because I'm a fucking puss, I'm like, look, dude, I'm not the enemy. I'm sorry you're all worked up. You know, if anything, I'm going to go listen to the record again. I'm I'm also very conscious when I say things like the word puss. Like, I have the filter in, I don't always use it. Like, is that, can you still say puss? I don't know. My t-shirt says, sharing happy memories in Spanish. I haven't worn this shirt. I bought it in like 1992 or 93 in San Francisco, and it was just part of the collection, and I pulled it out. There was a time, some of you know this. Are we done? Tone that, Paul Simon. Oh, you fucker. Now I'm going to get a call. Hi, Mark, it's Paul. Can we discuss your problems with my album Surprise? Because me and Brian worked pretty hard on that record. Dude, look, I don't take my word for it. I'm a big fan of both of you. It just didn't land. You know what, Paul? I'll listen to it again. Why don't you stay on the phone and we'll listen to it together? Come on. Jesus Christ. I probably did get it in the Mission. Because do you remember like people from San Francisco back in the day? He used to do a lot of street art, this guy Roman. I don't know what happened to him. I've tried to track him down, as I did with Don Rock, who's in Austin, still making shirts, but that was in New York. It's not this is a combination. It's not a construction site. This is the micro. The macro, what a fucking shit show. Massive movement towards stealing an election. Massive authoritarian fucking bulldozing garbage movement. Environmental disaster. But right now, that dude is mowing the lawn and making that noise, and just beyond him, there's a woman spraying her garden. Now, if I had control of the production, I would bring the spray sound up a little bit. I would move the sounds in and out. So it's like... But I have no control over that. We just have to enjoy it as a live show. I did a little research in terms of traveling to Ireland. Don't tell anybody. I checked. I guess I can still go there. We're allowed. Thinking about getting my twice a week COVID test on Monday. Set it up Sunday. I feel all right. I felt weird yesterday. I hadn't been taking my temperature compulsively for a few days. And then yesterday I slipped and took it 3 times. I just don't feel great. I never feel great. My throat felt kind of funny, but maybe it's because I'm inhaling the ash of half the state. You do have to quarantine. Come to the Highlands of Scotland. Anywhere but here, dude. This fucking place is on fire. I know the whole world is going to burn, and perhaps like the weather is going to change everywhere soon, but like, and it's not a matter of me not loving my country, but you got to figure, if this is even a fucking fight, like if there's really even a question as to whether or not this particular pig of a president should be out of office, if that's even like up in the air, big problems. Big problems with a lot of fucking people, and they are dangerous. It might be just time to go. What am I fighting for? What happened to the Leah Remini Act? Yeah. It just became a hassle, to be honest with you. It was not like, we weren't... It just became a hassle. What do we do if he wins again? I think I'm discussing that. I'm trying to wrap my brain around making alternate plans for my future in another place. Yeah, we can't get into Canada. EJ Copley says, hi, hey, what's up? How are you? If Trump wins, I'll bet you 10 grand you still don't leave. Yeah, see, I know that. I know that's the problem, is it takes a lot. Like, that's one of the reasons why I've had to surrender to apocalyptic giddiness, is that I know a lot of this is just fantasy to help me get through whatever the fuck we're going through. You got to do what you got to do. And, you know, I'm not a God person, but, you know, I'm slightly, you know, what the fuck is happening? Oh, I know what's happening. So there are these things you put in your head to sort of make yourself feel better. But I'm completely aware that, you know, I'm kind of dug in here. And, I mean, what am I going to do? Go to another country by myself, rent a house, sit there by myself, no friends, and just go like, I did it, and look out at a pretty world. That's possible, but I'm completely aware of the fact that's right where I'm at. I'm on the precipice of that. Of sort of like, is this a real thing or is it not a real thing? But the fact that I was checking into flights last night, that's kind of real. But you're right. There's a big chance I'm just talking shit to make myself feel better. Like most of my life right now is talking shit to make myself feel better. Use whatever options you have at your disposal. Why do I keep fucking that word up? Use whatever options you have at your disposal to maintain your sanity. Too close? I can't do off the grid. I like people. I like talking to people. And I know we can do it like this, but, you know. I'm completely aware. I'm sorting shit out. I talked to my therapist yesterday. Yesterday there was a bit of crying yesterday over the weird confluence of things. Of grief. Just the weird thing of like, you know, I've worked my whole life in a profession that is a crapshoot. It might not happen, and it really wasn't happening for me for many years. And then it happened, so I leveled off and I did okay, and all I ever wanted was to make a living and have health coverage. But I ended up, you know, having a sort of a nice life for myself. And then the world starts to end and my girlfriend dies. So how do you reconcile that? I talk to you in the morning when I'm feeling a little fucking down. But I might just go back to talking to you guys before I do the show. But I'm completely aware of, I gotta trim this fucking mustache. I'm completely aware of what is probably not real and what isn't. That's why I had to move into apocalyptic giddiness. Do you know the amount of fucking damage you're doing to yourself when your brain is just running wild with fear and self-flagellation and anger at things you have no control over? Do you know how much that's shredding your insides? It's just sorting that shit out. Most of what you're... Unfortunately, that's not true. We're all in this together, man. But half of us are not handling it well and making it worse. Masks are so sad. It's like the end of the movie Safe. You have problems? I don't really. Yeah, I might go up to Taos again. But do I want to live up there? It's still here, you know? It'd be interesting to live whatever amount of my life I have left someplace totally new and interesting and different. People used to do that, maybe write about it. But most people are just, you know, visionless pig people. And they just sort of like, me, look at me. Myopia. It's like, it's really sad when people's myopia is limited and aggressive. It's sort of their strange, myopic, narrow-minded vision that they just use as a bat. Fucking nightmare. Anti-intellectualism, anti-science, magical thinking, the death of art, death of diversity, the death of creativity. The type of people that, like, you know, you put on Miles in a silent way, and they're like, I don't fucking get it, what's the point? But then they take it one step further and said, this shouldn't exist. I don't understand it. Why does it exist? I like my coffee with a shot of cynicism. Don't fucking watch me, dum-dum. Jesus Christ. I'm not fucking holding any of you people hostage. I'm doing this for me. Jesus fuck. It's like, you know, there's people, you know, this idea that everybody has to contribute garbage. This might be garbage. People might hate this, but like, don't criticize me. You got nothing to do. You're sitting here watching me drink coffee on my fucking porch and you're going to take shots at me? Who cares? Maybe that's what makes you feel better. So you're going to call me a cynic and, you know, condescend? But maybe like the fact that I just acknowledged that and you took a shot at me and I responded to it, now you're like, oh, my day's better. I upset the angry man. What a fun day. I made the cranky guy snap a little. Oh, that felt good. That seemed like a safe place to dispense with some of my insecurity and anger at the world and myself. And I just dumped it into that vessel and he responded. The mid-level celebrity responded by getting angry at me. I feel so good. Seven months sober, congratulations. Immerse myself in the natural world. I am. Can you hear it? This is the natural world. Can you hear the natural world? Fucking fuckers. That is the best thing about fucking just deafening noise, is when it stops. Isn't that weird? That like really do something from your stand-up routine right now. This is it. This is what I used to do. This is how I write. You're experiencing it. And I don't dance for you. So go fuck yourself. Do something from your stand-up routine right now. Go watch my 5 specials, you fuck. There's no silence better than the silence after a noise stops. I guess there's different degrees of silence. I wish I was hiking, believe me. You think I want to be here? So I got this big package of Jerry Garcia stuff for exactly... they send me stuff for exactly what I'm about to do right now. But I don't know, I don't think I'm going to wear it. Come on. I'm not that guy. Am I this guy? But I might be this guy. We're so close to it being quiet. Yeah, they're kind of rough, those Keens. See, some people love it. I don't know. Everybody's got their own thing. I guess as long as it's not hurting other people's things, it's all good. Yeah, it's not a bad mask. Broke Down Palace is a great song. I love Grateful Dead. I got no, you know, I like the Grateful Dead. I don't live the Grateful Dead. It's okay. I might even love the Grateful Dead, but still, I don't live the Grateful Dead. You know what's good about that mask? Is a lot of these mask companies don't quite get this part. Is this adjustable business here. Like, that's fucking smart. Because most of the masks that you get, they use shitty elastic. You could use the greatest material in the world for your face cover, but if you put the crap elastic on it, within a week or two, it's going to get all distended and it's going to hang stupid. Smart. Europe 72, that is right, Matthew. Europe 72 is a great fucking record. But then all of a sudden, the secret society of bootleggers became legit, and now you got 1 million goddamn records that used to just be the domain of bootleggers, and I'm out. Like, I stick with the stuff they put out when they put it out, not the stuff that the business or the estate or the guy in the office that comes up with an idea that's in charge of the archive just starts to put shit out. Oh my God! Could everybody just quiet the fuck down? Jesus fuck! Wow. All right, well, that's a good sign. That guy's putting his lawnmower away. What do I have to do today? I think Wayne Coyne's coming over. I know Wayne Coyne is coming over. People don't come over anymore. It's a big thing. I gotta go set up the goddamn studio, the plexiglass, and open the windows. I wonder what he's up to. He just, like, I interviewed Wayne Coyne, like, it's got to be like almost 8 or 9 years ago. I don't even know what that interview was about. And he's just like, and he just texts me occasionally, pictures and things, out of nowhere. And then he's like, I'm going to be in LA. Let's do it. So we'll see. Will he arrive in a giant bubble? I fucking hope so. Pretty soon we're all going to be arriving places in a giant bubble. They were way ahead of the curve on that, man. Everybody's going to want a bubble. All right. Wayne is that true? No friend to Native Americans? Why is that? Is someone playing a snare drum? No, that's the engine of the large construction vehicle that we haven't landed on a name with. All right. So, again, oh, I'm glad you liked the Martin Short episode. That is up now, and I should probably promote that on the social media platforms. I was hoping we could end this with some peace. And seriously, I know after all is said and done, really what I need to do right now to straighten things out with my heart and mind is just apologize to Paul Simon and Brian Eno for not liking the album they did together. Because I know since that guy on Twitter and then one guy here added them in the conversation, that at some point today they're both going to be like, I thought fucking Maron was cool. I thought Maron was cool. The hat's from Draplin. And yeah, things are actually as bad as they could be. And they're just shy of fucking over. But Eno is devastated, no doubt. He probably just learned the news, and he's sitting quietly drinking tea, looking at an old reel-to-reel machine, wondering how we got from that to the computer, to the sound that he made for Microsoft, to some guy sitting on his porch publicly dismissing his work with Paul Simon in real time. He's watching right now. Hi, Brian. I'm sorry, man. I love everything you do, but the Paul Simon record, maybe I didn't give it a good listen. I'll go back and listen to it. You just hang out. Paul's going to call me and we're going to listen to it while I'm on the phone with him. And you can just hang out while I listen to it later. Okay. Do I have snot the whole time? Did I have snot the whole time? So, here's the other thing. And I don't want to be rude, you guys. Too close? Please use whatever options you have at your disposal to maintain your sanity. I don't know most of you, like almost all of you. And I know you know me, and that feels good sometimes. But sometimes I'll respond to, people asking questions about music and stuff like that, in the whatever. Are they DMs on Instagram? Because it feels pressing. People are like, what is that record? And or do you like this thing? And sometimes I don't have nothing to do, so I'll be like, yeah, okay, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to spend a day doing the thing with you. I'm sorry. I'd like to be available for everybody on that level, but I can't. So just understand that. Yeah. All right. I don't need to check my nose with you. So, Martin Short, up now. Take care of yourself. Godspeed. Perhaps I'll see you another day. I don't know if I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'll let you know. The other thing, I get a call yesterday on my phone. Doesn't matter. I didn't know the number. Well, I get a text. Mark, do you have time to chat? On my phone. And I'm like, no, what? So me being clever, this is stupid. Mark, you got time for chat? And it's a number I don't know from the Bay Area. And I don't know what that means. What part of my life that kind of, I've lived in enough places where I'm like, here it comes. So it just says, Mark, do you have time to chat? And I'm like, who are you trying to reach? I thought that would do it, right? The guy's like, I thought this was Mark's number. And then they go, Mark. And then I stupidly went, who is this? And then the phone rings, and I'm like, well, if my voicemail picks up, they're going to know it's me, so fuck it. So I pick it up, and I'm like, hello, what? And the guy's like, yeah, I'm so-and-so, we're doing a show up here, sort of a radio show, podcast, interviewing actors, musicians, athletes. I'm like, who is this? It's like, and we're doing a part of KTITS, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? It's like, what we're doing, is it a podcast? Well, yeah, there's a podcast element. I'm like, why can't you just, what are we doing? Are you recording this now? Is this part of the game where you figure out whether or not you can actually get in touch with a, somewhat public personality and then record the first exchange? That's what's in my head. Behave yourself, because you don't want this to, nothing I do is going to go viral. But anyways, I'm like, dude, this is not appropriate. I appreciate the invitation, but could you email me at this email and tell me what it is and make a real offer or invitation to it in the appropriate way. And I'm like, where'd you get my number? It's like, well, the guy at the radio station. I'm like, all right, whatever. But, you know, my number's around. I've been doing shit for a long enough time. There's got to be people out there in the world that I do morning radio shows that I've done that have my contact info. I don't care. But it's just sort of like, where in that guy's mind was that, like, let's just call this guy and, you know, have, you know, kind of ramble through a pitch of some sort? We're doing a thing where we interview. I'm like, what is it? Is it a podcast? I don't know. It's kind of, there's a podcast element. I'm like, what are we talking about? And then, of course, I'm like, wait, was I just entered into some database? Is somebody checking, you know, on now they have my number thing? It's like, where does that even go? Who gives a fuck? It's like, I get dumb calls all the time from numbers I don't know. It's like, you know, it's hard to protect numbers. And the only one you really need to protect is your fucking Social Security, because you don't want to deal with that, man. That identity theft thing, that's when you got to fucking lock down somehow. Get those watch things, those security watches on your Social Security. What's happening now? What's happening now? Where are we? Wasn't I leaving? Hey, you guys, I guess that's last words. Do whatever use whatever options you have at your disposal to maintain your sanity. Don't pull on it. And, you know, try to protect your Social Security number as best you can. And don't burn up in a fire. Too close?